and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel in the first place. Today we have a multiple character X listener. It's when you/he wants cuddles. If you're in the live chat, be respectful to the moderators, otherwise let's go ahead and get into it. Izuku Midoriya. It was just a normal weekend, and Izuku had invited you over to go to his house for a visit. His mom was going to be gone for a while, and he just wanted to spend some time together, so you decided to head over. You waited patiently for your seaweed-haired boyfriend to answer his door, but you weren't really expecting him to be half asleep. Hi, listener, he groaned with a groggy voice. You tried to stifle a laugh as you looked up to his messier-than-normal hair. His emerald green eyes were hazy and sleepy-looking. You squealed as Izuku leaned against your body and snuggled his head into your neck. Izuku, we're in public, at least pull me inside before you start doing embarrassing stuff like this, you whined, but Izuku did as told and pulled you in. You two decided to watch a movie, and eventually your boyfriend became fully awake. You stretched your body out over his couch and laid your legs over his. He just glared at you as you smiled at him. He hated when you would use him as a body rest. He was so going to get you back, but how to do it? The movie became darker, and Izuku noticed you starting to cry, and distracted you by laying on top of your body. You blushed, feeling him snuggle into your chest, and nervously pressed your hands against the back of his head. He hummed in delight as you played with his hair, getting sleepy once more. You smiled, seeing your boyfriend fall asleep on top of you. Izuku snuggled into your chest as he fell into a comfortable sleep. The movie ended, and eventually you had fallen asleep, the face of the boy laying next to you being quite cute. Katsuki Bakugo. You absolutely loved hugging people, but it pissed Katsuki off because you would never hug him. He admitted that he was a little jealous and everything. Listeners should only hug him and no one else. Listener's such a good hugger. Bakugo must really enjoy hugging you when you're over. Uraraka smiled as she hugged you. You pulled away from the hug, and your smile turned into a sad one as you explained to your friend. Well, Bakugo doesn't— Yeah, I really do like their hugs. Now, if you would excuse me, shithead will be leaving. He growled, pulling you along as you exited the school. He gave you a piggyback ride as you walked to the train station. You smiled, snuggling your head into his shoulders as you walked quietly. I'll admit, they're really warm, so I guess that's a reason why people like to hug them, he thought to himself. As you boarded the train station, he noticed that guys were looking at them. He couldn't blow their faces off since they were so far away, so they just pulled Listener into a hug. He smirked, hearing them in the background, looking down. He noticed Listener blushing as he held them close. Hey, stupid, what are you blushing about? He asked. You never hug me and you're just a really good hugger. Listener smiled, wrapping their arms around him. He scoffed and avoided looking at their ridiculously cute face. He pressed his chin against the top of their head. They were a really good hugger, but as if he'd ever admit that. Shoto Todoroki. Listener had just returned from visiting their cousin, and they were unaware of the red and white haired teen running towards them. They sensed something coming their way, but as they looked to their left, it was already too late. Listener squeaked as they were tackled to the ground by somebody. They panicked as they pressed their lips against theirs, but they calmed down and kissed back when they noticed it was just their boyfriend. No more vacations for you, Shoto pouted as he continued hugging you on the station floor. Shoto, get off them. They only just arrived, and you're already on them like they've been gone for years. His older sister, Fuyumi, giggled as she watched her brother cuddle against her chest. Eventually, Shoto got off you, and Fuyumi drove you two back to the Todoroki home. As she was in the kitchen cooking you two lunch, Listener smiled as Shoto continued to hug and cuddle with them. Toto, what are you doing? Come on, stop, that tickles. They giggled as Shoto's soft hair brushed against their neck. I'm recharging. Recharging what? I'm recharging my cuddle supplies. You were gone for 2 weeks, meaning I'm 2 weeks low on cuddle energy. Showed sighed, getting comfortable on top of you. Listener giggled at his strange explanation, but smiled seeing him being so cute. At the end of the day, you both fell asleep cuddling since Shoto refused to let you go. Denki Kaminari. Listener had to be the cutest person Denki had ever seen to walk on Earth. Sure, he'd make fun of them a lot about having a teddy bear, still, and Listener explained why they had it. Listener actually really liked to cuddle as they slept, and they thought that body pillows were weird, so they got a bear to snuggle with instead. You're the cutest person in the world, Denki smiled, hugging them as they blushed at their comment. I'm not, Denki, stop it, they whined as he began to snuggle into their neck. Denki could feel their face heat up. In the end, they ended up cuddling in their room as they sat and watched TV together. They were just so cute. Listener nuzzled their cheek against his chest as they began to fall asleep on top of him. Denki pressed a small kiss on their head as they got comfortable on their beanbag chair. You're too cute, Denki sighed, wrapping his arms around his partner. Alright, so that's the end of this one. I hope you enjoyed. I know it was shorter. This wasn't my favorite video to make, but here it is. Anyways, music link, fanfic link, Discord link, and thumbnail art link are all in the description. Go check those out. If you're in the live chat, thank the moderators. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, whatever, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye!